All right, so let's go ahead and bend your knees. Bend your feet just with distance apart. Yep, ankles underneath the knees. Take your arms down along your sides. Rest your head back. And just come into a couple of nice deep breaths here. Breathing 5 counts in through the nose and 5 counts out through the nose. Take your time, really try to empty out on the exhale, and then give a nice easy inhale.
And then, so I have
Great. Yeah, really trying to emphasize the exhale, so all the air out.
made from mushrooms.
And then just let the inhale be nice and easy.
Yeah.
Great.
And I just mixed it with water.
We'll do 2 more.
I taste like really bad instant coffee, but I drink it because I have a little bit of caffeine in it.
Great.
I'm not sure how the taste's gonna go today. The steam can come up into the fridge.
Good. All right. So now we're going to take a nice big inhale here.
Exhale.
Exhale. Find your abdominal connection by softening the low belly down towards the back, feeling the scoop up and under the ribs. And then when you feel it, start to roll through your right foot and float that shin up to tabletop. Good. And then inhale, place that foot down. Exhale, feel the ab connection and roll through the left foot. And we'll just go a couple more times side to side here.
Keep those knees moving. Yeah. Feel like you're actually more contracted.
Just do one more time each side.
So your left side hip should come up just tiny.
Good. So think about relaxing the bottom rib down into the mat and pressing into an imaginary dividing wall, particularly with the supporting leg. Press in on the supporting leg. There you go.
It was, it was.
Keep it pressing in. Yes.
Add your right inner thigh.
Keep that connection all the way down.
Right
There you go.
inner
Good.
thigh.
And other side.
Right. So maybe a better cue rather than inner thigh for you on that.
There you go. Good. One more time each side,
Over
just like that. So you get the inner thigh connection. Press in. Yeah.
Should come up halfway.
Good. Excellent. All right. And relax. So what's really interesting about this marching exercise, when you're first learning it, you're feeling breath and coordination and really concentrating on getting that. And so our attention goes to the working leg, right? It's coming up in the tabletop and getting there in the right breath cycle, not the rest. Eventually, once you've got that coordination down, which you do, the attention is to the supporting leg and having that inner thigh connection, because that's where all the stability comes from, not the hinging, right? Yeah. So from here, we're going to work on coming into a bridge. We're going to do it unsupported first, just to kind of see where you're at. Okay. So arms down by your sides. Bring them in a little narrower, and then see if you can take a nice inhale here before we do any bridging, and then exhale. Relax your shoulder blades onto the mat and open your collarbone. To think about it. Yeah, wide here. Yes. Okay. Let's try to maintain that width. Take an inhale. And this time, you're going to exhale, soften the belly down, scoop it up and under the ribs, and then think about angling your tailbone towards your mid calves. Then arcing up, staying nice and long. Good. Now, soften your ribs into your body and scoop the belly up and underneath them.
Yeah.
Lower
it's
about
lot
a
of
quarter of
movement
an
to do with
inch for
that
me.
slug,
There you
right?
go, perfect.
So then.
Take it
we
inhale
just
here.
send it along.
And exhale, gently roll down. Lengthen the tail, lengthen the tail, lengthen the tail. There you go. Good, good. All right, we're gonna do that 2 more times. Think less about height and more about length, right? And really feel what's happening with the inner thighs to support you while you're there. Inhale to prepare, exhale, lengthen the sits bones and tail out. Keep those ribs in. Very good. Come up. Yes. Feel how, like, right there is just about as far as you can go with the ribs popping up. Now,
That was like,
do me a favor and tip your hips. It's going to sound counterintuitive over towards me. Yeah, and drop them down a little bit.
It wasn't a perfect.
Yeah, and then lift up.
You're gonna hop over your hands.
And then tip your hips over towards the mirror and drop down and lift up. And do that one more time on each side. A little oblique work here. Yeah, good. Nice. Good. Level out and roll down, thinking about pulling a string of pearls out nice and long. So each vertebra goes down one vertebra at a time. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen.
Just that. And then had
Good,
it without
okay.
moving this
That's excellent.
parts.
Now I'm gonna give you
Interesting.
a little support so you can really feel that. What are you feeling in your ribs? I'm just kind of checking them.
yeah.
What's going on? What? That is your pants. Perfect. So coordinated. Your socks match your shirt. Take an inhale and exhale. Lift it up, scooping up and under the abs. Squeeze in. Nice.
You're gonna feel like you're on the orbit, right? And I think you would slip your hands a tiny bit.
It's really good, Madison.
I think your
Now,
shoulders
you
are
can
on the-
inhale here. Exhale, dip the hip down on one side.
Weave it, just weave it.
Good, and lift up. And dip the hip down on the other side. Keep it tip to the side, lift up, and then level out. You'll figure that out. There you go. There we go. And now on another exhale, roll down through the spine. Good.
And change your breath to inhale as you go on.
Now, I want you to use that same inner thigh connection, just like the ball is there, to head on up, and then we'll do a little bit of single leg and see how that feels. And our thighs engaged. Squeeze that imaginary ball. Very nice. Good. Okay. You might want to step your feet back a little closer to your hips, and you might feel more stable. See how that feels? A little better? Good. All right. And then take an exhale, just like you're marching. Roll through that right foot. Keep the inner thigh engaged like you're squeezing the ball. Keep your hips as level as you can.
So now, right.
Lengthen the leg up to the ceiling. Nice extension. Lower the leg down so it's level with your knee. Keep squeezing the left leg in. There you go. Lift up.
You're gonna think about why color them.
And yeah, lower down. Keep your hips lifting. Last one. Inhale, lift up.
If it doesn't.
And then
feel
bend the knee
natural,
back to
you might
tabletop.
go down a little,
And
right? Whatever.
lower down. You want to come down in between? That feel good? Or you want to do the other side? Okay. Now really think about inner thighs here. As you exhale, roll through the left foot. Float up. And inhale, extend the leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, scoop the belly a little more. Still the rib hip connection, lower down. Inhale, lift. Good inner thighs. So you're thinking about it. Keep working on it. Exhale, lower one more time. Keep those hips elevated. Yes. And lift up. Bend the knee. And
Keep your scapula.
lower the foot down. Set. Yeah, level those hips out.
Beautiful.
On an exhale, articulate yourself down, feel the movement through the ribs. One rib at a time, tuck that tail. Tuck it, tuck it, tuck it. Lengthen the tailbone towards the heels. There you go. So it's really easy in that bridged position to get archy in the back, right? So you want to be really thinking, it's almost like you're tucking the tail, but not quite, right? It's that direction without actually bringing it into a tuck, but lengthening it that way. So I'll have you come up one more time to feel it in your bridge. And really think about, let's do a couple pelvic tilts before you come up. So inhale to arch the back. So you really feel this range of motion. Think about inhaling and arching, letting the ribs open up, letting the tailbone drop down. Totally, other way. There you go. And exhale. Now tuck the tail, come the other way. So come concave, tip the tailbone up. There you go. Yeah. And of course, we want a neutral pelvis, but we want to be thinking about a neutral pelvis and lengthening in that certain range that you go into when you tuck. So 2 more times. Inhale to arch. And exhale to tuck.
Does that feel compared?
Good. Last one. Inhale to arch. Now this time, exhale, come back to a neutral pelvis and feel your abs connect down and in, scooping up and under the ribs. Beautiful. Just as you have, squeeze the knees towards each other for inner thigh engagement as you exhale, roll up through that tailbone. One vertebra at a time. Good. Take an inhale and exhale. Slowly articulate down. Try to resist putting the tailbone down and find that length.
Yeah.
Like you're attacking. That's a little bit better articulation through the mid back. Yeah. One thing I noticed on your way up is there's a little fishtail just through your waist, right? So we're gonna like bridging to infinity here, but we're do one more, and I want you to think about go as slow as you need to, and don't worry about how high you go up. Like maybe only go up halfway, actually, but go super slow and see if you can keep both sides of your waist and your ribs super even as you go up. So it's like a elevator, just going up and down the elevator channel. Shaft. That's the elevator shaft.
Right here, I was just thinking that I feel like you need to do just the slice tuck, but it needs to stay in lumbar, not in thoracic. So a little more.
Yeah, good. Listen.
There, right
both
there.
sides of your ribs kind of squeeze in, holding it
How's that
together
feel?
evenly there.
It's just weird because it feels.
Yeah, good, good.
I don't.
You feel that little correction you made? Was that intentional to lift your right hip bone up a little bit? Yeah, great, great. Very nice awareness. Take an inhale.
And it's interesting.
Same awareness, moving very evenly through both sides on your way down and lengthening that tailbone out. Good. Excellent.
Try that again. That's
Beautiful. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to pause this for just a second. Resume. So from here, you're going to take an inhale.
One more.
On your exhale, you're going to start by curling your chin into your chest, folding your elbows in so you can just see them in your peripheral vision, and articulating up through the spine, scooping that belly up and under the ribs. Yep. And then inhale, come back nice and long. You don't have to release all the way backwards, but you can. If it feels good to stretch open there. And exhale, soften the belly, scoop it up and under the ribs, close the ribs on top. There you go. And articulate up. Good. And inhale, lengthen back. So keep a little squeeze into that ball. And I want you to think about the low abs first now. Drop that belly down and in. Then feel it come up and under the ribs, and then close the ribs on top of it as you start to articulate up. Once you feel those ribs pulling down towards the hip bones, yes, beautiful. And curl yourself up. Nice. 2 more here.
Okay.
And
You need
exhale.
under your feet.
Good. Last one here, make sure you do the abs first.
Remember,
Close the ribs on top of it.
we're trying to move the backside.
Once you feel those ribs moving down, then they can pull the chest up. And the chest will pull the shoulders up. And then the head's just gonna follow because it's attached to the arms. There you go. Good. And then stay there. Take your right arm, lift it up to the ceiling. Inhale, and then exhale, reach across with the back of the hand to the outside of the left leg. So kind of connect the back of the hand. Yeah, there you go. And we're
How's
doing
that
2
feel?
more here. Inhale,
How's
lengthen
the
up.
resistance on it?
Let your head be heavy in your hand.
Taking some
There you
control
go.
on the way back.
And
in.
then
Okay.
exhale.
Oh, yeah. No.
Reach across.
Working in both directions.
So inhale,
And
come
then
up,
other
and then
ways.
see if you can lengthen back a little bit with your head and your chest, like you're gazing up at the ceiling. And then exhale, curl, and reach. 2 more, just like that.
Maybe just touch with a finger.
And last one.
And I want to extend your
Good.
spine.
Inhale,
Right?
come on. And then interlace the hands at the back of
That's
the head
harder to organize.
and roll all the way down. Take a nice inhale here and stretch. And exhale, think about softening the abs. Feeling the ribs connect to the hip bones. When they start pulling down and in, then let them lift the chest up. And then the shoulders and head just follows along, heavy in the hands. Left arm reaches up. Inhale here, and then exhale, come across. Good. And then inhale, reach up, gaze up at the ceiling. And then exhale, curl and reach across. Good. Inhale.
Nice.
And exhale. Curl and reach across. Last 2. And 1. And release. Come all the way down. Great. So how did you feel doing that? Did your neck get tight at all while you were doing it? A little tired? Okay. So when we do those in the future, you'll want to make sure that your head is really supported and heavy in your hands so that you're not actually lifting with the head and neck at all. That you're really lifting all of the abs, and the head just kind of comes along as a consequence of the ribs and the chest moving, as opposed to it leading, which is hard because our brain's in it and our eyes are in it, and they usually are in charge. All right. Here. Okay. So from here, you're going to sit up just nice and tall like that, but release one hand forward to the front and then the other hand forward. And then you're going to take an inhale here and you're going to exhale. And think about curling that tailbone underneath you and taking your time to round down through the spine. 1 vertebra at a time.
It's like
Good.
it stopped right here.
Nice back, and then
It was
inhale,
kind
take
of
your
like-
arms long overhead. Keep going. Yep, there you go. And then lengthen your legs out in front of you. And you're going to exhale, bring your arms up over your shoulders. And as soon as they're over your shoulders, the shoulders are going to lift the head. So curl the chin into the chest and keep going. Reach your arms towards your legs. Roll up through the spine and inhale, sit up nice and tall and lengthen the arms up.
A lot like you.
Good. Okay. Now think about keeping
One
your
on
ribs
one chair.
integrated as you reach the arms up. There you go. And then
Think about
exhale.
using the right side. You really need
Start to
balance.
curl back, lengthen the tail. Imagine holding something in between the feet,
Bend right knee more.
keeping them parallel. Good. Roll down 1 vertebra at a time.
That felt better.
Inhale, take the arms back.
You feel the
Exhale,
line.
start to bring the arms up over the shoulders, just the arms. And then once they get to the shoulders, then the head comes along for the ride.
Come all the way.
Keep going, good.
Good balance.
Scoot, scoot. Ah. There you go. Good. And just take a pause here. So I want you to notice the next time you roll down, what I've seen happen twice is that you are favoring this side. I don't know if you can feel that you're kind of leaning this way. So this beautiful line down the middle of your shirt. I want you to land on that line and feel equal on both sides of the back and go as slowly as you can handle to try to feel that. And we'll do one more down and one more up for you to really think about maybe even favoring the other side to try to bring balance into it. See what'll work for you on the way down there. We'll start out with an inhale, bring your arms up overhead. And then exhale, curl. There you go. Good. Nice. Excellent. Good.
And your left hip back, just a tiny bit.
I was much more balanced. And on an exhale, arms first. The shoulders that catch the head. Feel the belly scoop up and under. Ribs connect. Reach long with the fingers, they'll help. Good. Good. That was more balanced. Excellent. Okay, we're gonna pause there.
You're gonna sit right.
Okay, so let me first check our alignment here.
Just.
Pretty good.
You know, my zeros.
Did you do any adjusting of your head when you laid down? You did? Because it's looking nice and straight. So take it back to where it usually goes. If you know where that is. So take a nice inhale right there. And then exhale, make that little adjustment you need to bring it into more of our exciting position. Good. Do that 2 more times. It's like building muscle connectivity. So relax it into its favorite spot. And then exhale with core connection. Bring it into third position. Great. Last one. Beautiful. Good. I love it. I was looking to see how you're doing, figure it out. Me even correct me. It's nice to have those lines. Yeah. Use it for verticality. Okay, so from here, I want to just inhale, push yourself out nice and long. Good. And then drop one heel down towards me and your other knee up towards the ceiling. Yeah, so, and release this heel all the way down and through to a nice stretch on the back of the leg. And this foot can stay on the foot bar. Yeah, all right, we're just gonna do a little jog here. Right, so now you bend your other knee. And switch. There you go. And switch. And now I want you to think you're jogging. So get a little fluidity here, right?
So
Feels good on the joints.
you.
And then while you're finding that nice stretch and fluid movement, and you should think about your breath and just keep a nice deep, even breath.
Grab the carts. Knees go on. So I put the box here because I really want you in quadruped.
So
But because you're long, this might be too small.
once we get to a point where we're just coming to the reformer, I might get onto the reformer and do this as a little warm up. So you do it for about 30 seconds. Good, fluid.
It's not exactly the section, but it's pretty great.
Get to roll through your foot. Base 10 in the back of the leg, half stretch.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Enjoy that.
Okay, so first,
5,
you're just gonna
4,
open legs
3, 2,
and
1, and then you can enjoy dropping both heels down.
And if there's
Together.
any, let me know, I can add a stretch here.
Feelings.
Should I have one too much? It's like, it's just a warm up, they did information.
Well, let's see how things progress.
Okay.
Before I get to.
Okay.
There you go.
For you
Now,
now,
keep these lowered, keep your heels lowered, and just bend your knees, but resist the heels coming up. Now, like
then you're gonna
big
hold,
stretch on the way in.
and your right arm's gonna reach to me.
They will come up
Because you're gonna
eventually,
stabilize
but
the left side
resist
and repeat.
so that you feel that stretch. Very good. Good. And then scoop the belly a little bit. So yeah, let's see that forward action. Beautiful. Good. We'll place the heels up on the bar,
Okay.
hip width distance apart.
So your pelvis
Yeah.
is trying to figure out what your legs are doing.
Keep checking
So
your
your
alignment
right
here.
side pelvis
Actually looks
is
pretty good.
a little bit
So you're gonna
stuck.
just say,
Yeah.
your arms nice
Your
and
left
long
side
by your
pelvis
sides.
is
Inhale, so
here.
let's switch
Keep arms
thinking about your
happen.
bottom
See
rib
arm
connecting into the
You know,
carriage.
spindle
Yeah.
joint.
And your collarbones staying nice and wide, almost like somebody who came and put sandbags on your
That's what I was
shoulders
saying.
and just weighted
Right.
your head.
Was it
And
just gonna let
Your
go?
ribs here, it's just, it's gonna relax, so that there's a that core connection up underneath. Inhale. So, and on your exhale. And press yourself out. Good. And inhale, come in. So that's the pace we're gonna go for another 9. Exhale, scoop and press. Inhale. Exhale, scoop and press.
There now. So, okay.
So I just want to try.
And inhale.
So,
Exhale, scoop and press.
Wanted to be very.
And inhale. Sit
Under your left. So what you do is your right, you look like you were like on this edge right now, but your right side was higher. So this is really interesting place.
Good. So really think about keeping both feet pointed in parallel. And then find features on hold. Yeah, good. Keep it in parallel, especially that right foot.
And that might be too much.
Yeah. 4. Good.
Because look, just
Good
try to
connection
put
there.
both arms down and just see.
There.
Feel, because you actually look really well.
yeah, it feels great. It actually, yeah, that's good.
2.
It's just like, it was.
And then you couldn't get your femurs more, that right, was one your femurs.
Great.
Now let's
Come in and just drop the toes down to where the heels are.
pull transverse and really strongly, make your obliques.
Right.
And then
You're ready. Exhale, scoop and
that's
press.
so much better already. I don't know if it feels better. Yet.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I mean,
Good.
it's still hard to get.
That side to go. So I would say
And
it might
it
be one of it add 2 5. Say like just top one unfold
And
one.
see you trying to figure out where your orientation is. So the heels are in a good spot right now, and then they're just gonna stay there. They're kind of perched on a little shelf. And try not to let the heels glide in towards each other. These are staying out of first position.
Just hold that. I don't even know.
It's where.
Good.
It's crooked.
And then
Because
come
it is dropped.
So in that probably what it feels.
So I think it's just.
and exhale, scoop and press. Oh, just to there. Yeah, good. And then come
I
back
mean,
in.
it's so subtle. So right here.
So you have a lot of extension through your feet, of course, right? And so you can keep pushing, and then there's a point where you lose a little ankle stability and you get a lot more tension in your body. So I want you to find your legs stretched to straight, but pause before you feel like you're kind of
So this-
hovering right there in the end of your range.
Hip work in hip extension, knee extension, flexion, knee flexion, hip flexion, knee extension. Because everything is
Good.
everything
Yeah,
is good.
That's great. Yes, it's a really good spot for you.
Those are too far.
And now I want you to think as you plan out about straightening both legs at the same time. Not letting one come to straight first. Ah,
So just do that, now go back.
can you feel them going kind of like,
Weight on both arms. And
Yeah.
then just unweight one arm barely. Just-
there you go. It's a really even press. You can keep that rhythm up.
That's hard work.
In and out.
Really, yeah. moving
Good.
there.
Yes. Yep. Oh, it's right at the end there, so it's even, so just come in like a quarter of an inch. Inhale here, and then exhale. Go nice and slow to find
There.
straight
So
together.
we're just.
Those legs
Come up
working
and stand
together.
first.
Yeah.
Your knees.
And
And then we're gonna go back
into
into no hands. Just gonna
And you do that a couple more times.
So-
There you go. And then, try to straighten your left leg.
But I feel like
Let that be the leader.
let's
Let's let that right leg on for the right.
You couldn't tell it really. It's.
Good. Yeah.
So we almost.
It's trickier than it seems like it should be.
It did, like.
Relax into it and so you just find even like both legs together. Good.
And so it was like.
Left, left.
Instead of the oblique.
Yeah, awesome.
And it was like,
One more.
when I had one arm, if I was.
We can let abs do the work. So it's actually abs lifting up so much that the hands have to straighten.
Yes. it's just that of the
Abs are pulling it on.
your back
They
is
keep the left and equally.
so
There
that
you
it's
go.
not too well.
Good. And then go back.
It's just not-
And then
it's just-
Right, so a little more.
some of that a little bit more weight.
Right.
It's right in the mid two legs on instead of carrying yourself. It's pretty light. Right. You think you want to do three reps or
So.
okay. So let's bring the heels together.
This arm.
Good.
This
And
is.
same thing here. You really want to
Right.
be even on both legs, right? So let's
Okay. Come back down to your knees, but just using the space.
put up a little
And
bit.
against pat.
Yes.
Those are on your knees.
See. It's fine there.
So
Such a minor adjustment.
knee
But-
flexion
Uh,
instead of hip
tilted.
flexion. knee flexion. So let's
There
see
we
what
go.
happens and how you can coordinate with that.
pretty good. All right. I want you to come back here. Take an inhale, prepare. And exhale. Scoop and press. Okay. And
Yeah, just a little rotation.
inhale, come in. Good. How's that feeling on the legs? Good. Okay.
How's that feeling to you? Good. Pretty organized. It looks very organized. In front of you. When you open, rotate.
Okay. Come on in. Take a pause here. And actually adjust just your hips. And
collarbone.
just let your knees do what they're gonna do, but adjust your hips a little bit to the window, like tip, no, not quite like that. Not the tailbone, the hip bones, and rock them towards the window a little bit. Yeah. So
Think a little more.
Yeah,
Go back that way.
right
and
there,
Try
right,
not to
try to
let
find
your
that
spine
place. What you're
translate
doing is
sideways. Think up
favoring
first
that
and
right
then
hip bone is
rotate.
rolling to the right, which is making it uneven as you straighten that. So see if you can find that.
Harder
Nail
to
point and ride that middle line full way.
Full length, full length, full length.
A little overcorrected. There you go. It's so simple. And when you're ready, then exhale, press back. Take your time on this first one and see if you can feel that middle one in the whole way. Good. There you go.
Ooh, how are you in your thumbs? Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because
At the
when you
attachment
find
and
when you do that
belly
correction
is part of
hips
that,
and you're
yeah.
really attentive to it, you're like straighten at a
Yeah.
more even pace. Okay, so let's keep thinking about that, but try to find that fluid movement at the same time that you're paying attention. No big deal, right? Just put it all together. Inhale, come in.
Yeah.
Right. Exhale.
In
Back
that
nice and
good.
long.
That means it's actually working appropriately instead of just laying in the tent.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Right. How are you feeling? Good. You want a little upper body?
Good.
Okay. I'm sure because I was
Hey,
trying to figure you out.
great midline connection. Now just see if you can keep it in the pelvis. Good. Good. And then you're just gonna come halfway in. And you're gonna pause here. Inhale, open the knees out to the side a little bit more, and then exhale, close. We'll bring them actually together. Yeah, you'll do that 4 more times. Inhale to open, and exhale to close, keeping that carriage nice and still. Woohoo! It's hard to keep the hips steady while you do that too, isn't it? 3 more. And you don't have to go to your most, yeah, that's probably good right there. And then exhale. Goes on evenly. So really concentrating on
Grab
both
those
legs
cards.
firing together, right? Yeah.
Come into a plane. Yeah, movement perfect. And it feels like
Good.
it's a little bit easy from the
Love it. I
movement
can
with
see you're
the
really
box
thinking
and
about it.
everything, so
Now,
you're not
straighten your head out.
right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the
And do
middle
one more.
ground. Right. Okay, so open both cards.
Good. And let yourself come on in. It's a good workout for the inner thighs.
Okay,
All right,
you're
so let's
going
take your heels wide on the
And-
foot bar.
Try to control this.
And turn
Close
your
your
toes
abdomen,
in a
not your
little bit.
pelvis.
So we'll do that interior rotation here. And you can scoot, if you're getting pushed back into the shoulder rests, you can scoot yourself away from them a little bit. You'll probably get pushed back, but I'll give you a little, just stay right there.
Just stay right there.
Take an inhale right here. Let's make sure your feet are internally rotating.
Scabby. And then out one more time, you got it. Yeah, shaking our arms.
All right.
Bring all the way
Nice
down.
and
into
long. And then exhale. And press. Great. Great. And we're just gonna do 6 more, please. Exhale. Thinking about finding that nice stable pelvis as much as you can. Yeah. More midline and it's maintaining.
Hearts are gonna stay still.
And still finding that fluid, even motion and honoring the breath. And the abs lead you back, not the press through the feet. Ab lifts so much that your legs have to extend.
See, set it down, just unweight barely.
Good.
You can do it. All right, one more time.
Mhm.
It's a very. So, tuck your tail, knees bent, press your hamstrings to the feeling to get really solid, and then shift. Right. And take a rest. Yeah, way better. You just have to have more of your backside, so you're really set up
Nice
here,
one.
right? But we was forgetting those planks, that lower body's a really
Good
big part of it.
Good job.
Get those
Inhale, come on.
press up. And then it'll get you.
And
really
then you can draw your knees into your chest to give a little break. I know that's a like a weird position. How does it feel working in internal rotation? Good, I'm sure. Is your knee okay with it? Okay, good, good. We're gonna do bridge on the reformer. We haven't done that yet, right? Okay, great. This is just like what we were doing before, but our goal is, at least in the beginning, while we're figuring out the articulation, not to have the carriage on the way up or the way down. And then eventually we can add a little press out. And back, but we want them to choose when to do it, as opposed to having the carriage move as you're pressing up or one down. So start with the heels up on the foot bar, hip width distance apart. Good. And from here, we'll take an inhale.
Otherwise, you really end up like, yeah.
Exhale, find a nice little length in the tailbone. And then articulate up, keeping your ribs nice and drawn in. And then think about pulling the heels towards your seat and your seat towards the heels to keep that carriage nice and stable. That's a good height for you, Madison. Take an inhale up there. And then exhale. And gently roll down, articulate.
It's just because you're at a really pretty strong angle.
So let's bring the feet a little
that
closer
for
together,
time.
so they're in a true parallel. And try to keep the big toe side of the foot anchored in so that you don't rock to the outside edge of the foot, right? So it's probably gonna feel like you're turning in almost, but you're not. You're just gonna be keeping them parallel because they love, under the pressure of the bridge, to swing out to the side. You're always gonna keep them nice and steady and parallel. So take an inhale here and exhale, scoop. And roll up one vertebra at a time. Pull the heels towards the seat. And this, yes, get adjustment on the feet.
They're bringing knuckles
Good.
together for your thumbs towards each other. And talk. You're like,
Soften the ribs into the body, lengthen the tailbone, and then articulate down one
anchor your butt.
vertebra at a time.
Good.
All right. See if you can, on this next one, keep your feet in that beautiful flexed position rather than curling them forward over the bar. This will be the last one we do, and we'll stay up at the top.
And then come on. Get this spot.
It's harder, huh? Yeah, inhale. Exhale.
Then we're gonna go to the other side again.
Use your seat. Think about lengthening your sits bones towards your heels. There you go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, what? It's even.
Butterfly.
I can't do bridge and back at the same time.
Organic.
I'm gonna come over here, and I'm gonna give you a little extra floor to push into here, okay? But I want you to really think about contracting your hamstrings and using your glutes, draw them towards your. Perfect, even. You can see them better from here, not the other one. Good. And oh, it's much harder. So much harder for you. Good. That means we found the right spot. Should be to work on.
Right here.
Good stuff. You get cramps in the back of your hamstrings. You would not be the first person to get cramps in your hamstrings doing bridge on the reformer. Okay. All right. So think about the big toes moving towards each other for you. Yes, beautiful. A little squeeze into the ball as you exhale. Roll out. Let's see how you do it. We'll move on.
Like the jam. Yeah, if this one's long, it's any harder
Uh-huh.
when you're. way
Oh,
there.
whoa.
I can.
Come on down.
feel This is like.
So what are you feeling up there on your way up? Notice anything?
It's all like this.
Uh-huh.
To put the more stable one in.
Of course. Yeah.
Been keeping it up on her.
You
Yeah.
can figure out how to get there, yeah.
So
Yeah, so I think.
let's bring your heels down onto the foot bar just a little bit more. Might give you a little more surface area to push into. And then I want you to just find the beginning of the initiation here. So as you exhale,
And she runs around fast.
there you go. And then head up. Yeah. Good. Inhale at the top. And then exhale. Roll down one vertebra. Good. Well, we've got something we can work on. Yeah, because as you get stronger, you'll be like, I remember when I did that for the first time in the station. Very different. So good work. I'm gonna have you carefully hop up on the switch orientation on the reformers so that you bring your feet.
Oh, sorry. When you got your hammer.
So bend your knees, lift your feet up there. Go ahead. And what you want for roll down is to have the hands behind you. So want to be a little bit more forward. And then actually grab hold of the straps up here. So you're gonna hold yourself on and hold them on that sort of leather part there. Does that feel like an okay amount of tension for you? Manageable? Okay. So we're trying to find that fluid articulation through the spine. And we're just gonna do this a couple of times. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And then exhale. No matter which one, roll that tail. There you go. Just right there. Inhale. And exhale. Scooping that belly up. And up. Good. So. And this is bone.
You okay, man? I just broke your instructor.
Right, because if you want.
Good. And then inhale, you go in the butterfly. Exhale, curl up.
Yep.
So, but this weekend. How are you doing?
This
Susan?
one?
Yeah.
Then we'll do
Yeah,
that.
I try to do it at least 2 times a day. Yeah.
Good. All right.
It's like,
Take the straps in one hand over to one side. Or no, sorry.
Try to swing in the back.
Okay, take your knees on the other. There you go. So these are your roots here outside. The same breathing pattern. You're gonna exhale right now. Pause. Wow. Right there's pretty good. And you're gonna put in your pause, inhale and switch arms over the other. Don't come up again. And then after you inhale, you exhale and roll up.
Concentrate using my.
Pause. Pop once you're ready. Inhale here. Exhale, roll down. I know. So
it's feel better for your neck.
inhale, pause and switch.
Now you're gonna need the whole thing.
And exhale. And just do one more time each side.
Sure, I'm actually love you. So that hip is still giving you a little.
Yeah. Inhale, pause and switch.
I'm not using the whole.
And exhale.
Like, was doing agility or even walking, really, you know, it's not protecting it, so I'm not using. Not bending my. Yeah, that's totally. Yeah, okay. you know. Right. I have to talk to myself.
Difficult, yeah, it is, it is. All right, pause.